here's the audience for my speech today. So today we are going to be talking about CPR and the process for CPR. So my first point is, why is CPR important? So CPR is important because it could save anybody at any time, and it reduces brain damage. So say you got CPR within the first 4 to 6 minutes of collapsing and going into cardiac arrest, that would significantly reduce your chances of having brain damage. And every minute that, here, from Red Cross, my source, we need to minimize interruptions to less than 10 seconds when we are doing CPR. And from the National Library of Medicine, CPR is a life-saving technique used during cardiac arrest to maintain blood flow and oxygen to vital organs until spontaneous circulation can be restored. So then my next point is, how do we do CPR? So first off, I have my visual aids here today, which is the drowning dummy for the pool I work at. So when you notice someone is collapsed, you're gonna go up to them and first off, you need to make sure your scene is safe. So make sure there's no like electricity or like a fire. And you're gonna go up to them and you're gonna tap their shoulders. You're gonna go, hey, are you okay? And then if they respond, that's good. But if they don't respond, you're gonna take your 2 fingers and you're gonna check for their carotid pulse. And then you're gonna lean over and see if their chest is rising or falling. And if it's not, that's not good. But only check for at least 5 seconds, but don't check for more than 10. And so then, if they're still looking dead at this point, then you're gonna need to call 911 and tell someone to get an AED. So you'll point and you'll say, you get an AED. And then after that, you're gonna have to start CPR. So you'll do your one hand over your other hand. Some people kind of interlock it, but you don't need to do that. And then you're gonna find the middle of the nipple line, so about right there. And you're gonna compress hard and fast in the center of the chest. You wanna get about 100 to 120 beats per minute. And according to Timothy Smith, you don't have to blow into the person's mouth. All you have to do is push hard and fast in the center of the chest. And of course, call 911. And then according to Mayo Clinic, when the heart stops, the body no longer gets oxygen-rich blood. The oxygen-rich blood can cause brain damage in only a few minutes. So it's really important that you start right away. So you'll put your hands in the center and you're gonna go. And so it's good to find a song that you like to keep yourself going. So a few common ones right now are Staying Alive and Pink Pony Club. So, okay, so that's for an adult. So we'll just move him out of the way and grab our baby. So my other visual aid here is the baby. So it's kind of the same concept for the baby. So if you notice a baby's like blue, not responding, not active, you're gonna, instead of tapping the shoulders, you're gonna tap the baby's feet and you're gonna go, baby, are you okay? And no response. Then you're not gonna check their carotid pulse, you're gonna check their brachial pulse. And you're gonna look down and see if their chest is rising or not. Okay, if it's not, you're gonna need to call 911 and get an AED. But you're gonna do 30 compressions with 2 breaths, and you don't have to do breaths if you don't want to. You'll also do 30 compressions to 2 breaths with an adult. But if you have 2 people with the baby, you're gonna do 15 compressions with 2 breaths. And you wanna do either this method, which is easier, or you can do 2 fingers. You wanna make sure you get 1/3 of their chest. And And then when you're giving them a breath, just a little breath so you don't give them gastric distension. And then every minute CPR isn't performed, the person's chance of survival lowers by 10%. So it's important to make sure to call 911 and if you're interested in learning CPR to take a class and get certified for it. Okay, here's my audience one last time.